Hello. I'm like 99% sure I'm going to cry and I don't want to. Like I hate crying, but I don't know, man. It might come out, so I don't know. Um, this is probably going to be raw. But there may be some cuts here and there just to get out the rambling, but I'll try to make it as short as I possibly can. But I think this was long overdue. So we're here. We're here. I'm just going to be honest with you guys on how I'm really feeling. And that's why I feel like I'm going to cry. As most of you guys know, I started this channel I don't even know, like 4.5 years ago, almost 5 years now. I believe it was like during the pandemic, which is crazy to even think about. I was working 2 part-time jobs, and I really had a passion for music. I've always had a passion for music. I was going to school for it. I was very ambitious, very passionate, and I was kind of lost. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just kind of knew I really wanted to talk about music. That was like one of the things I was like, that would be my dream, would be to just talk about music and share my thoughts on music and as I'm going to school, as I'm studying for, like, let me, just share what I have to say. Didn't think anyone would really care for it. Didn't think anyone would, I definitely didn't think it would get to where we are now at all. No one prepares for that kind of growth. I was just like super hungry back then. I think that was like the difference between me now and me then. And I was so hungry. I was just so ready to go work. Like, let's get this done. I was also very soft spoken. I feel like when I look at my older videos, I'm like, I don't even know who this person is. I was very like even in how I talked, I was very like, I don't know. When I first started this channel, it was just meant to be about all types of music, honestly. I was reacting to a lot of Western music at the time, like 21 Pilots, Why Don't We, any music that was coming out at the time. A couple of my inspirations were Caitlin Marie. I don't know if you guys know who she is. I watched her a lot. I watched her a lot and I thought her reactions were so cool. Also Ash Reacts. I don't know if you guys know her. She's a queen. So yeah, like I had my inspirations. I was watching, reactors at the time and I wanted to be one. And so I made this channel and that's how I started. I remember I was at work one day. I was at work and my phone was just blowing up. And I was like, what is going on? What is going on? I didn't know that like from that day forward, like yeah, here we are. And then the growth started, I remember the first time we hit like 100K, I was like, what is going on? I could not fathom what was happening at all. Like it was kind of moving too fast. I didn't really know how to like take it in. That's the one thing about how I grew, is that like once I started growing, it got big and then I didn't know how to handle it. I think that's one of the biggest things I was struggling with. I didn't intend to niche down into K-pop. Like I said, I always wanted to branch out and try all types of stuff. That's why I was so open to K-pop in the beginning. But then I just really got into the whole K-pop scene because it was so new. So then I kind of like niched down into it and I kind of locked myself into one thing. I just kind of became known as like a K-pop reactor, which is also another reason why I think I'm here where I am now, is that I kind of limited myself. Even though that's not even what my intention was in the beginning, but that's kind of just what happened. The biggest, I think the first thing that I ran into was I didn't know anything about K-pop. I didn't know anything about the K-pop scene. I didn't know what were the norms, which is that multi-stans are not well received. I've never only listened to one artist ever in my whole entire life. Once I started like trying other groups, I think a lot of like I think that was when the first time I really started seeing the negative side of it. I had no idea prior. That was like the first time I got a death threat. Was because I was reacting to other groups, and I think it really threw me off. I was like, what is going on? I don't think I've ever had anyone tell me to go off myself before. So I think that was like really jarring. Like I'm laughing, but it's actually not funny. And before I became a reactor, I dealt with mental health and I still do. And I've been officially diagnosed with depression and anxiety and I take medicine for it. So it is no shock that I took that very hard because I'm just not someone who's wired to ignore things, as so many people have told me over the past 4 years. Ignore. And I think because I've ignored, this is why it's happened. I think because I've let it go so much, it's built up so much resentment. I kind of wish I slowed down in the beginning. I kind of wish I really took a step back. But I was so eager because, like I said, I was so hungry. I was like, let's go, and it helped in my growth, but it hurt me so much in the long run. I started standing so many groups, and I still do to this day. It became so freaking much. And then naturally, I found my favorites, and I think some people were hurt by that. I think some people didn't like that I wasn't giving their faves enough attention. And it was never intentional on me. It just kind of naturally happens, right? Like you just find the groups you really vibe with, right? And then that put pressure on me. And I felt like I had to please everybody. I was like, okay, well, I gotta, I don't really know how I did it back then, especially with 2 part-time jobs. I was posting so much. Girl, with K-pop, it moves so fast too that like you're constantly posting all the time just to keep up with the waves. And if I wasn't on top of it, people immediately in my comment section, the minute a comeback comes out, where are you? Girl, I'm not here. I'm not here. Don't call my phone. She's not here. And then when you stand as many groups as you do, there's like multiple comebacks on a single day. You have to listen to the music video. You have to listen to the comeback. You have to do all this stuff. And it's just like, girl, I could not. I don't know how I did it for as long as I did, but it got to a point where I was like, I don't even want to listen to K-pop right now. I think that's really where it started kind of going downhill for me. Everyone always tells me, because I asked you guys, I'm like, why do you guys follow me? Like, I'm not, people deem reactors bad and clout chasers, all this shit. But the ones that they deem good are the ones that offer something different. So like people who are specialized and stuff, like, music producers, video editors, all that stuff, right? If you're just a regular fan, you're just seen as someone who's just like, so I felt like I didn't really offer much. Yes, I was going to school, but I was still a student. Like I'm not a professional, you know what I'm saying? I'm more just a fangirl. I just really love music. I want to do it one day, and I wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on it, really. That was all. And I think the thing that made me different than any other person on the platform when it came to, just because it was so saturated, it still is saturated. There's so many reactors, was my personality. It was who I was. I think that drew people in. And that's what people told me. They're like, I stayed because of your personality. That's what people would tell me. And I know it's hard to believe because it's a camera and a lot of you guys are like trained in your brain to think that every single reactor is a clout chaser and they're faking every single thing. I am who I am on and off camera. If anyone has met me in person, I am a naturally outgoing person. Girl, I'm loud. I'm obnoxious. I'm annoying. Like, I've been told this all my life. I've been told I'm too much, like by everyone. It was not new when I came in this space and I had people telling me to shut up already. It wasn't new. I've been told to shut up all my life. Girl, get in line. So for me, it was hard because it was like y'all wanted me to change so much to fit a narrative, but I couldn't fit that narrative because it was not me. I tried to do what everyone said to do and ignore it, But like I said, it built so much that eventually, and y'all saw it on camera because it's hard to hide that stuff. Eventually, you could see it on my face. I did not want to sit here because I felt like every single thing I said or did would get clipped, posted on Twitter, talked about, clipped, posted on TikTok, talked about. And it did every single time. And people are always like, well, isn't that what you signed up for? No. I stand by this. No one signs up for that. No one signs up to be criticized for being who they are. And the thing is, this was happening every single day. Hundreds of comments were coming in every single day for the past 4.5 years. And it got so bad that I had to turn the comments off. If you guys haven't noticed that, like, on every video recently, all the comments are off because it's that bad. I don't want to see anything. I think the tipping point for me when I really realized I couldn't do it anymore was I reacted to XG Gala. Most of you guys saw the video because it was up for a while. And I remember that day when I recorded it, I was so happy. Like, I was like, this song is so, like, I was just myself, you know? So I'm being myself. What does that mean? I'm loud. I'm pausing. I'm enjoying. I'm screaming. Like, that's just all I'm doing, okay? You know? And I uploaded it, went about my life, really. I didn't really think much about it. Like, some people liked the video, you know, all that stuff. Like, I didn't really see any negative comments. And at that time, I think I reopened the comment section, which I don't know why I did that, but I did. And there wasn't much negativity. Everybody was chill. And then, like, I don't know how long it was after that. I think it was like a few weeks later. A creator had made a post on TikTok. This creator was not even talking about me. They weren't sending any hate to me at all. They just made a TikTok and they basically said, like, they couldn't be a reactor because how they react is they just stare at a screen. That's how they react. They don't say anything. It's just like you watch something and you're just staring. No thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So it really was just an innocent video. They weren't really saying anything. They were just basically saying that that's just how I react, you know, which is valid. And I don't know why the comments turned into let's shit on every single reactor, but that's what that's what happened. And I got tagged in it. And, you know, I'm normally pretty good about the whole TikTok thing. I really kind of like put my boundaries there. But I saw the tag and I was like, what's this? You know, sometimes people will tag me in something. It's like, I don't know. I just happened to see it that day. And I'm not trying to cry. Because I don't want to. Oh, Jesus is coming. Because I cried enough. I'm done crying, y'all. I opened up the comments and I don't know. It was just all me. Like, my name was just said so much and I don't even know why I was so hurt by it. But it was like like I couldn't do it after that. I can't even talk because I'm freaking crying too hard. Damn. Okay, sorry. I think what hurts is that, like, I don't know, like, it's like I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong. I'm such an ugly crier, y'all. Like, I hate crying. I'm being so for real. I hate crying. I hate crying because I'm such an ugly crier. I think it felt like I couldn't change anything because it was just me that was the problem. So when I felt like I couldn't do anything to change it, I felt broken. And it wasn't just one person. It was, you guys, it was so many comments and I was like, damn. I really irritate y'all. You know, it went into, you know, it wasn't even just like me pausing and like me screaming. It was like she hates women. You know, it was like she's got like a shrine of Utah somewhere. She's mad weird. And I could keep going because there was other. It just turned it like, and I think I just broke, to be honest. Like, I cried. I remember I was in my room. My mom doesn't even know this because I normally tell my mom everything. I was in my room and I've never cried that hard in my life, and I didn't know what to do because I spent the last 4.5 years building this platform. We almost have 400K subscribers. Like, and all I wanted to do was erase myself. It really makes me sad that I feel that way. That like something that was supposed to be so beautiful ended up just being so heartbreaking, and it ended up damaging me as a person. I don't know if y'all realize this, but I'm I'm much more introverted now. I don't want to even talk. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to, and that's not me. And I think just like a part of me died. I was so upset with myself because I felt like I was so angry with myself because I said, why does it matter? You know, like why does what they say matter? And I don't know. Like it's just my brain. It's not right. It's not wired right. And I can't escape it. I've tried. You know, and the only solution I could come up with is to step away, which I tried so hard not to for so long, which is why you keep seeing me come and go. Like, you guys keep seeing me like, where's Caitlin? Girl, she's breaking. Because I didn't want to disappoint anyone. Because the minute that I started fighting back against the toxicity, the minute I started being like really honest in how I felt, what would happen was I would get more hate. It was like, you should be grateful to be where you are. It was like, suck it up, you know, and it really made me feel like my feelings didn't matter. I was not valid in how I felt. And it made me want to, you know, hide everything. I didn't want to burden anyone. I didn't want anyone to feel like, oh, there goes Caitlin again. Because that's what was happening. There she go again. She's always talking about this, you know, and it made me feel like I had to shut up. It made me feel like I had to just stuff how I was feeling down and to not bring it up again, to like not annoy anybody. And I think that also was hurting me, because when you bottle so much stuff up, it builds, you know, and I became very angry. And I actually don't think I'm an angry person. I just think that when you get poked so many times, eventually you're gonna explode. And I think that's what was happening. And like I said, because I got too into so many groups, you know, it's impossible to post every single group that I was like checking out. So I try to create these series, which these series are like so fun, like the first look series, all this stuff. It still just didn't cover everything. Everybody always wanted more. They always wanted more, and they wanted it now. And I think that also was very hard for me to handle. Just that kind of demand, you know, like where are the reactions, Caitlin? Where are they? Where are they? Post them right now. Once I realized that it was just me that was the problem, I think that I was like, I think I just kind of gave up. I've been fighting this for so long, y'all, and I can't tell you how tired I am. I'm so tired, and I think it just took me so long to put me first, because I kept thinking about everybody else. What will they think? They're gonna hate me. But I'm like, girl, they already do. So what's the point? You know, like oh man, I just want to let go. I just want to let go, you know? So after the XG thing, it made me realize that like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I can't. As much as I love music, being on this platform as a reactor, reacting to music specifically, because I don't think you guys realize how toxic the music space is. Yes, every space is toxic. I know a lot of you guys see me doing like TV shows and movies. That I get hate over there too, girl. I do. On my vlog channel, I'll get hate comments too. I do. Because it's the internet. I get that. I think people think that I don't understand that. I get it. But this was a whole different beast. I need y'all to understand. The K-pop space is very different when it comes to toxicity. And I think y'all know what I'm saying, because some of these idols have to deal with that shit, but they can't say what they really feel. But it's the truth. And so I couldn't handle that. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. So I made the decision to finally let it go and move on. So there won't be any more reactions on this channel, and it breaks my heart, but I know it's the right thing. The past 4 years has been so crazy. I am so thankful for every single one of you, and I know I've been talking so much about the negativity, and that's just kind of how my brain is wired, but there's been so many people who I've met who have come up to me at concerts and spoken so much life into me. And I think I always was trying to tough it out for them because I knew that they were counting on me, and I think that's why I kept going for as long as I did, because there's a lot of positivity too. And maybe in the future I can really appreciate it for what it was. I don't think I can see it now. And that's just where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Maybe years from now I can look back at these like 4.5 years and be like, dang, Caitlin, like that was a time. That was crazy. The moment you flew off your chair, girl, yeah, good times. The moment Keo reacted to your reaction, crazy. Like I don't think I could ever really explain how thankful I am for that. And I really wish like I could have only focused on that the whole time. I still love K-pop. I don't think that's ever going to change, honestly. I mean, sometimes I have my phases. And this past year, girl, shit, left and right, so much stuff was happening. And it was hard to be into K-pop. I'm not going to lie. There's so much going on every single day. But I think I think at the core of myself, I'm still that little girl that just loves music. So I think there will always be a part of me that loves K-pop. So like, I'll talk about it on my Instagram. I'll talk about it on my vlog channel. It's been so fun enjoying comebacks off screen and not feeling that weight of dread, or I don't know. It was really hard. It's hard to explain. I would feel so much anxiety every time. And so I made the decision towards the end of last year that I would officially close this chapter and kind of move on from it. I kind of wanted to just make videos about myself as a person and, focus on like Instagram. And I know some of you guys have been following me on TikTok. And then my whole second channel came around, and that was like a creative outlet for me because it wasn't the same thing. And I think I was scared because so many people only know me as KDB Reacts. And I don't think people view me as a person. I think people view me as a product. Not everyone, of course, but I think most people do because people just want the reactions. They just want the content. Caitlin, where are the reactions? And I think it really kind of made me feel like I'm nothing without that name, KDB Reacts, K-pop, that thing. And I thought if I stepped back that people would leave. And the thing is, people have, but and I have to realize that the real people who care about me as a person, they'll stay, and maybe less people, but maybe that's a good thing. I'd rather, be at peace than put me through what I've put myself through for the past 4 years. When it comes to like publicly putting myself on YouTube and reacting to music, that is no more. That is no more. We had a good run, y'all. We had a good run. Like I really just want to say how I feel without the pressure of being scared of the outcome. What are they gonna think? How many people are gonna be disappointed? How many people are gonna hate me? How many people are gonna call me a bitch? Or say I'm a clout chaser or this and that? Like how many people? Let's see down below. How many dislikes, I didn't even want to make this video because I don't think I wanted to confront it. I kind of wanted to just kind of disappear off camera. Like I didn't want to have to like address it, Because I think we've been talking about this for so long, y'all. As much as you're tired, I'm tired. Okay. But I think it's just like my final goodbye. I know I focus on the negative a lot, but I just want to let y'all know that like I do love y'all. And I am grateful for the time we spent. And I really will keep the girl who started this channel, like I'm gonna try to keep her alive, because I want to come back to that naive girl before she got into K-pop. I just want to kind of go back to that hunger and that passion, because girl, it's gone. I'm sorry I cried. I knew I was going to, because this shit hurts. We grew so much, and this is a lot at stake, and I'm kind of saying bye to it, and it's most people wouldn't. And that's why when people say I do things for clout, I'm like, if I really was, I would keep this shit rolling. We go all the way to 1 million, baby. that's if it really was about the numbers. But it's about so much more, and it's become not what it was. So I don't want to sacrifice who I am to get there. Thank you to every creator that I've encountered. Anitra, Say What Reacts. I gotta stop crying, y'all. Oh my God. She was a big reason as to like how I got here. Anitra was like one of the first people who reached out to me and like helped me with my setup. I remember one time we like FaceTime. I didn't even know her. We FaceTime and she helped me with my OBS. She helped me set it up. And I was so grateful for that. And we've been friends ever since. And her and Caitlin have been the sweetest people, and like people like Musa, who when I was in my lowest was checking up on me. There's like so many other names too. Like there's so many good, genuine people on this platform that have, spoken so much life into me. And I don't want y'all to take pity for me. I gotta figure this shit out on my own. This is actually like a good thing. And by no means do you have to follow me anywhere else. I know a majority of you are only really here for my K-pop reactions, so I'm not here to talk to you about my TV show, movies channel, or my vlog channel. You don't even have to follow me on Instagram or TikTok. I'm just here to let you know what's going on, because I've seen a lot of people asking me, where are you? And, I don't think I'll ever get away from that, because people don't always, come back and see it. But hopefully this video can let people know what happened. But I think I'll leave it up for a year and see how I feel by the end of this year. And if I really still feel the same way I feel, then we'll think about taking it down. But I think I'll leave it up for now and see how I feel. It's done me so much damage that I can't look at it anymore. I feel sad that I feel the way I do about it, but like I just don't want to be associated with it anymore. That's how I feel. And that sucks, but that's just where I am. And I know I'm hurting now, but I think in the future I'll be able to look back and like I said, appreciate it. But I can't right now. I got way too much healing to do. And I don't want to come off fake. That's me overthinking now. Okay, see, that's how I start. That's how the whole process is. Because I'm worried about how people are going to perceive it. But anyway, I love you all. And I'm sure we'll see each other again one day. Maybe not in this format, but I'm sure we'll see each other again. Maybe at the next K-pop concert, because I'm going to still be going to these K-pop concerts. So look for me. Little black girl. Bald as hell. Short. 5'1". Walking around. There she go. That's me. I love y'all. Bye.